Hello and welcome. So today we're going to work on our foot and the myofascial release for our legs. The only two things that we're going to need today is ball and a roll. So choose ball. It can be a massage ball or it can be tennis ball to start with. And a roll, when you choose the roll, it needs to be quite soft, not too hard. So let's start with our foot. Take your ball, place it on the floor. So always when you work on your foot, you still want to think about your posture. So try to stay nice and straight without looking too much down to your foot. From the beginning, of course, you will need sometimes to look at your foot just to see what's going on there. But more you're practicing this, it becomes more automatic, so you can keep your posture nice and tall, keeping your head in line with your spine all the time. So first what we're going to do, just before we start, try to feel how your foot feel right now. Yeah, so you can walk a little bit on the mat just to see if there is any pain. In general, what kind of the feeling you experience from your foot. And then we start from rolling our foot on the ball. So imagine there is 5 lines which going from every single toe. We're gonna place our foot on the ball. You're gonna press into the ball, moving it towards your heel on one line from your toe. On the way back, you're taking it nice and gentle. So second time, pressing nice and hard. Don't press too hard. On a scale of 1 to 10, it needs to be something around 5, 6. So you want to allow your nervous system to kind of work the way you do right now. If it's too painful, there is no possibility that your muscles will relax and actually you'll take any benefits from what you do. So keep going. You're pressing into the heel and then you're taking it back. Again, press, taking it back. So now I'm already with my pinky. Don't worry if it's like, it feels awkward or the ball kind of going away or it doesn't feel that it's doing exact lines like you want. More you're practicing, it become more natural and it will be automatic, as I said before. So again, let's roll, pressing towards the heel and taking it back. Make sure the other foot is staying on the floor and you're pressing the big thumb into the floor. So back, press and taking it back. Yeah. Again, press into the heel, take it back. And then last finger, let's take it back again. 4th finger, and then 3rd, good, 2nd, and then last one. Very good. Now we're gonna place ball not underneath your heel. It's kind of more on the inside. So think about this is the beginning of the heel and here is the end. So you wanna place your ball on the end of your heel. Keep the front foot on the floor. So when you stand, don't stand straight. Slightly shift yourself forward so you can have more weight into the ball. And then from here, we're going to move your heel right and left. So from the front looks like this. So you're moving your ankle right and left. And at the same time, you're pressing into the ball. Yeah? Again, you can have a look for a few seconds, see how your toes are behaving. How it feels like press into the ball. Again, don't press extremely hard, but apply some nice pressure. It's like, you know, you imagine your heel is kind of itchy and you're trying to scratch it against the ball. If ball kind of going away, just position it back where it should be. And again, pressing side to side. So what you can do 30 seconds on each movement every evening. Yeah, you come or during the day. You're watching something, just drop the ball on the floor and roll your foot. Your foot will be so thankful and it's going to become so addictive that you will crave to do it every day. And now keep your heel on the ball, shift the weight here, make sure the front foot stays there and then just step and take it back. Don't let the heel leave the ball. Again, step, taking it back. 2 more times, step and back. And then last one, step, always posture nice and tall, take it back. And now just still keep your heel on the ball and then place the other foot next to it. Yes. And then from here, what we're going to do, we're going to bounce. We just turn this way, so you keep heel always on the floor and you just bounce slightly on the ball, just for a few seconds. Keep breathing. You see my toes, my front of the foot is always stays on the floor, and I'm just slightly bouncing on the ball. Well done. And now we stop, moving to the next one. So there is a muscle here underneath all of our toes. So we're gonna place ball underneath this muscle. So it looks like this. Your heel always staying on the floor. You're placing your foot on the ball, not your toes, that muscle. Actually, you will see now how much ankle mobility you have there. You might be struggle to actually lift the foot like this from the floor. It's like a little ring, so you need to work on your ankle mobility as well. But for now, just try to lift how it feels comfortable for you, just underneath that muscle. Try to keep your toes all nicely relaxed, kind of open, have a look at them. And now move your foot right and left. Again, make sure heel stays on the floor, and then you're kind of sliding like this. Yes, so from one side to another side. Again, press into the ball. You can slightly shift yourself forward so you have more weight into it, and just rolling it back and forth. Try to keep your toes relaxed, nicely open, and move it right and left. You can have a look at your foot. You want to be able to see how the actually bones slightly sticking outside the skin, how your foot becoming nicely flat and it looks relaxed. Most of the time, if you look at the people's foot, they're very tight because like the type of shoes we're wearing is so tight. It's kind of prevent your foot from moving, from relaxing. So what you want to do every time you come home, take those shoes off, grab a ball and just roll it. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes. Well done. A few more seconds. Pressing into the ball, letting the foot be nice and relaxed. Brilliant. And now we're gonna leave it here. So leave your foot on the ball with that big muscle. Now hug the ball. So you see I'm using my toes and I'm just hugging the ball. I want to keep heel on the floor, and then from here I step forward, and I want to make sure I slightly lean forward so I can lengthen through the back of my leg, so my hamstrings and my calves can stretch. Keep your heel on the floor, and then taking yourself back 4 times. Again, step, and then take yourself back 2. Step, brilliant, and then back 3. One more time, step, and we are done with this one. One more. So this time you place your ball in the middle of the foot. So this part, the one which we're using for walking, kind of, we want to place ball here in the middle, where it's nice, gentle, and soft. So you place your foot on the ball, and now pressing 10 times. 10, 9. Press it as hard as it feels comfortable. Painful, but it's a nice pain, not extremely painful like you want to cringe. Again, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Let's move to the other side. And before that, just place your foot on the floor and just compare how the one which we worked on feels comparing to the other one. You can feel it becomes a little bit more relaxed, kind of more open, and that one, it still stays quite tight. So let's change that. So again, we start with our 5 lines. We're pressing into the ball towards the heel, taking it back. Again, second one, press, taking it back. Third, and back, good. Fourth, and again, and the 5th one. Brilliant, let's take it back. Roll it towards the heel, and back. Again. And in general, if you do exercise on a regular basis, this kind of practice, it's very important, and it improves your glute work. It does many things to your body that you wouldn't realize without starting doing the foot rolling. So again, we're pressing into the heel, taking it back. Pressing into the heel, taking it back. Brilliant. Few more seconds. Good. And you can do it as long as you like. If it's really enjoyable, you just can stand anywhere at home and just roll it. Brilliant. Press into the heel, taking it back. That's it. Let's leave the ball underneath the heel now. Yeah, remember, not at the end, more kind of on the inside. Shift your weight into the ball. And now from here, we start rolling it right and left, yeah? So from here, right and left. It's like you're trying to scratch your heel with the ball, pressing into the ball, trying to keep the toes and the front foot on the floor all the time, using that ankle mobility, yeah, moving it right and left. Brilliant. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Well done. And now keep your foot on the ball. Now step forward without letting the heel go off the ball, and then step back. 1, again, 2, taking back, always shift your weight onto the ball. 3, brilliant, taking back, and then one more time, 4, and back. Very good. Now we're going to do bouncing, so place your foot next to each other and now bounce. So we're going to bounce for a few seconds. Breathe here. Well done. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Keep those front part of the toes on the floor, and now 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Now we stop, moving to the next part. So now remember this big muscle underneath our toes. We want to place our foot on the ball, and now again heel on the floor, and then you're rolling it right and left, right and left, right and left. Good. Press. Look at the foot plants, have a look at those bones, make sure you keep your toes nicely open all the time. You see I'm slightly leaning forward, so it gives you more power or more weight into the foot, yeah? If ball goes away, just correct it. And then roll, side, 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 side. Relax those toes, brilliant. 3, 2, and 1, fantastic. And now keep your foot on the ball, hug it now, and now we step forward, leaning a little bit, letting our back of the leg lengthen, and now taking it back. 1, again, step, taking it back. 2, step, and then back. 3, and then one more time, step, and 4, brilliant. And now let's place foot on the ball, and we press 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Let's move ball on the side. Let's do a little kind of walk after what we're done. So just start walking and see how actually flatter your foot, your feet became. And then just let's do a little bit more. So for the next one, we don't need anything. We're still going to work a little bit more with our toes right now. And then from here, I want you to have a look at your toes, lift all of them off the floor, and then try to open all of the toes and then place them back down. That's it. And then see if you actually can see the floor now in between your toes. It's good to be able to see. If not, so you just need to do a little bit of work to improve it. And now in this position, what I want you to do, I want you to lift your big toes off the floor and the other foot stays on the floor. 1, again, up, 2, up, 3, try not to look down, up, 4, good, up, 5, up, 6, up, 7, good, up, 8, 9, one more time, and 10. And now the other way, big one stays on the floor, other 4 will lift. 1, good, 2, and 3. Don't worry if it's not as smooth as I do. 4, it will improve. 5, good. 6, you can have a look once. 7, but otherwise try not to look at them. 8, 9, very good, and 10. Well done. Now we're going to lift ourselves up on our toes. So you lift yourself up, but make sure your heels, they're not falling on the side, kind of on the inside. They're exactly hiding behind your foot. Yeah, so I'm lifting myself up, hop, and I'm going back down. So the width between them always stays the same. It doesn't matter if you're up or you're down, between your heels. Up here and a down. Good. Up. If you feel that your heel's going away, grab a little ball if you have and just hold it in between your foot. Up. Good. Let's do 6 more times. 6. And every time you lift yourself up, press your big toe into the floor. 5 and 4. Good. 3 more times. 3. Brilliant. Last 2. 2. And then one more. Last one. 1. Fantastic. Bring it back down. And then from here, bring one leg forward. And then from here, what we're going to do, you're going to roll your foot in and then kind of back into the heel. 1, 6 times. In, back 2. Brilliant. Roll. And 3. Roll. Fantastic. 4. Again, roll. 5, roll, and 6, and now change sides, 6 on the other side. We're rolling in 1. If it's cracking in your bones, it's a good thing. So it means they really needed that, you haven't been used them, and there's nothing scary, nothing bad. Good, and then 3 more. 3, fantastic. Last 2, 2, and then last one, just one more time, roll, and taking it back. That's it. Let's bring one leg forward, a little bit for your knees. So draw the circles with your knees 6 times to one side. 2, 3, make sure your whole foot is on the floor. And 5, last one, 6. Now change direction. 6, make sure your whole foot on the floor and all of your toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well done. Now change side. All the same on the other side. Let's go. 6 circles. 1, whole foot on the floor. 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's change direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When your ankle mobility is restricted and your hip mobility is restricted, your knees taking over, this is how we get injuries in our knees. To avoid that, we need to work on the hip and ankle mobility. So, next one, I want you to bring your foot in front and just roll your ankle. 6 times one side, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, well done, 5, and 6. Brilliant. Now change side. All the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well done. Let's move down on the floor, and now we need a roll for the next. So we're gonna grab a roll. We'll roll our foot and our glutes. So before we start, let's just give a little bit, let's warm up our ankles a little bit. So just with your hands, the top of your foot, the sides, at the back. Let your brain understand, and your legs as well, that you're gonna work now on your lower butt. Yeah? Again here, just touch the top of your foot, your sides, the Achilles as well. Nice and warm here, and then your legs, just like for a few seconds. Well done. Moving to the next, so we're gonna start from our calves. So one leg stays bended, the other leg is extended on a roll, yeah? Don't point your toes towards you, keep them nicely relaxed, so your calf is relaxed, and you can nicely roll it. So you place your hands behind you, and then from here, make sure you keep your posture nice and tall, lift your hips off the floor, and now roll yourself back and forth, yeah? Back and forth here. We're gonna add as well slightly ankle mobility, so when you go in, your toes looking inside and then they look to the other side. So just move it back and forth. Keep breathing. Perfect. A few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Let's change side. All the same on the other side. Exactly the same. We start from our toes being in and then out, and just moving back and forth. Keep breathing. Try to keep your foot relaxed. So when you rotate your ankle, you're not pointing your toes towards you. You always keep your foot relaxed. So your calf is staying relaxed as well. Brilliant. A few more seconds. Well done. And now just for a second, keep the roll on the side. Imagine there is a line going, which is dividing your calf into the half. So with your thumbs, just press into the back of your calf in that middle line. Yeah. So just press. Let the muscle relax here. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. And now change that leg. Again, pressing there in the middle. If you feel something like there is a tension in someone, you can just stop there and hold for a few seconds and breathe it through, and then move to the next one. And then just through whole calf back and forth. Brilliant. A few more seconds. Well done. And then we're going to move to our hamstrings. We'll do 2 at the same time. So I want you to place both legs on the roll. Lift your hips from the floor and just move it back and forth. Your foot relaxed. So first just moving back and forth, and then after it, just this slight movement right to left, and at the same time back and forth. Yeah. A few more seconds. So when you do it, you can just time, let's say 30 seconds, and then you can do each move for 30 seconds. We're kind of going to do now quick foam rolling, trying to go through the whole muscles. And then next is our quad. So now roll goes in front. You're going to lay down on the floor, on your elbows, and then from here, lift your foot off the floor and then just roll yourself back and forth. Yeah, nicely relax, nice and slowly. It might be quite painful here. If it is, just do it quite slowly, maybe stay and hold if it's too painful. That's why you always want to make sure that roll is not too hard when you're just a beginner. You want to have the roll quite soft, so it's not that painful, but you can't cope with it. You still want to be able to kind of keep your face relaxed and smile, and just roll yourself back and forth. And when you do that, it becomes so addictable, like it's so addictive that you will do it. A few more seconds. Very good. And now we're going to drop our knees down, pushing ourselves off the floor, and then let's finish with our glutes. So you sit down on the roll, bring one leg up. We're going to roll that glute, which leg is up. So just shift yourself a little bit on this side, and then roll it back and forth. So I'll do it slowly. So the key of the foam rolling is to do it slowly. So let your nervous system to accept what you're doing, to get used to it, and finally to show you results at the end, which you're actually working for. That's it. A few more seconds here. Breathe. Always breathe. Try to breathe through your nose. Inhale and exhale both. And now change side. The other leg comes up. You shift your weight on the other side and just rolling it here. A few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. And now move forward on the side. And just to finish, let's go into the child pose. Take nice 2 deep breaths. So bring your knees nice and wide. Lower yourself down. Slide yourself down into the floor. Place the side of your head on the floor. And now for your nose, inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now slowly bounce all the way towards your knees. Push yourself off the floor. And then well done. If you want to do it longer, you can just pause the video and then keep doing it longer. Or you can repeat it and do it twice, for example. See you next time.